Hey guys, this is the very first episode of the brand new series that I will be making from now on. The series will feature guides and tips for World of Warcraft. In this video, I'll be talking about the Protection Paladin. So let's begin with the talents, shall we? Okay, for the first row of the talents, I highly recommend the Long Arm of the Law, because it really gives you a nice boost of mobility in fights because of your judgment, and overall it's a really good talent. For the level 30 talents, I chose the Fist of Justice. It's a nice 6-second stun. It replaces Hammer of Justice and it's on a shorter cooldown, so you can stun pretty often. It's a 30-second cooldown, so it's pretty good. For the level 45 talents, I highly recommend Sacred Shield, and this needs to be always up in or out of fights because it gives you a nice boost of defense because of the shield. It's really nice. It's auto procs every 6 seconds. It's a guaranteed damage reduction, so it's pretty nice, pretty neat. For level 60, I recommend Unbreakable Spirit because it reduces the cooldown of your Divine Shield, Divine Protection, and Lay on Hands for 50%, which is really nice. And with the talents of Lay on Hand, you can have a Lay on Hand every 5 minutes. Can really help you in really dire situations when in boss fights or even trash pools that go a bit wrong. For level 75, I recommend the Holy Avenger because it gives a really nice boost of your active mitigation of the Shield of the Righteous, because you can basically spam it for 18 seconds straight. So in a really dire situation, you just activate the Holy Avenger, and you'll be guaranteed damage reduction for a really long time. It's really good. As for the 90 talents, I recommend Execution Stance. This gives you a really nice heal, like 115k damage heal, so over 9 seconds. It's really nice, gives a large burst on the start, and then it decreases over time, but it's really nice. So 53k on start, and it just goes slowly, and it's pretty nice, and it really helps out the healers. As a 100 talent, I recommend Seraphim. This was a very difficult choice because I really like the Holy Shield because it increases your block chance by 15%. You can block spells and you give damage back to your attackers. But the Seraphim is really nice. It's on a short 30-second cooldown, so you need to know how to use this because it increases your ace, your critical strike, your mastery, multi-strike, and bonus armor by 750, which is really nice. The mastery part and the multi-strike and bonus armors are the most important one, because the bonus armor is really important for tanks. The multi-strike is really nice for your heals and your Word of Glory because of a passive that I will show soon enough. And the mastery is good because of your damage active mitigation, because it increases with the amount of mastery that you have. For the glyphs, I highly recommend a glyph of Divine Protection, this one, because it will increase your survivability against physical damage. I also recommend the glyph of Consecrator because it provides a good mobility boost for heavy movement fights, and also the glyph of Judgment that gives you a slight boost for picking up adds because it increases the range of your judgment. The rotations will be different for single target and for AoE tanking. For the single target rotation, you will mainly use your Crusader Strike to generate holy power, your Judgment as well to generate holy power, your Avenger Shield with or without the Grand Crusader, Hammer of Wrath when the target is below 20% HP, Consecration always up, and Holy Wrath when everything is on cooldown. As for the AoE rotation, you will use your Hammer of Righteousness to generate holy power instead of your Crusader Strike. You will use Avenger's Shield with or without the Grand Crusader. Consecration always up, it's really important. And use Holy Wrath as well, always when possible. And you can also use Judgment when everything is on cooldown to generate a bit more of holy power for the Shield of Righteous. That's your active mitigation. As for the CDs, for your cooldowns, I recommend using the Ardent Defender before receiving life-threatening amounts of damage, Divine Protection, which is included in my Judgment, because I made a macro, to reduce both physical and magic damage by 20% with the Glyph. Divine Shield to remove debuffs, but remove it immediately. You can make a macro as well. I don't really use it, so it's okay for me, but you can use it, and if you see that you need to use it often, you might as well create a macro for it. Guardian of the Ancient Kings, I recommend on high damage boss phases, so when you're taking quite a beating, you use this and it reduces the damage taken by 50%, which is really nice. Use Lay on Hands only when needed, but be sure to coordinate this with the healers, so you don't waste a really good self-heal and you waste the healer's mana as well. And Reckoning, always use it to get threat from targets that are not attacking you, or to switch with the other tank on certain bosses because of certain debuffs that increase the damage taken and all that crazy stuff that I seriously don't like. Okay, now let's talk about gems and enchants. For the gems, if you have any slots, I highly recommend multi-strike gems, because it's really good for tanking, and it gives you a chance of striking again with your abilities, and it's also really good if you need some self-healing, and it's really nice because of passive. That's the Shining Protector. That's the Shining Protector is all heals you receive, including multi-strikes, have 2 chances equal to your multi-strike chance to trigger Shining Protector, healing you for an additional 30% of the triggering heal. So it's really nice, you get a lot of heals. It's pretty crazy. It's really nice actually. For the enchants, I recommend the Gift of Multi-Strike on your neck, like this, see, on your rings, and on your cloak. On your cloak, because it's really good, as it basically for the same reasons as the gems. As for the weapon enchantment, I recommend the Bleeding Hollow one for the mastery that it gives, because it synergizes really well with your mastery, Divine Bulwark, that increases the damage reduction of your Shield of Righteousness by a certain amount of damage, by a certain percentage, and adds a certain percentage of Bastion of Glory, and increases your chance to block melee attacks as well. It's really nice for your Shield of Righteousness. It's really good, works perfectly, and it's really nice. Now, to finish this guide, I'm going to talk about the stat priority. First, and it's really important, is the bonus armor, because it increases the amount of physical damage reduction that you get, and increases the attack damage by 100% of your bonus armor. Then the strength, it's really nice, it's good. You're a melee class, you're a paladin, you need strength. Then multi-strike, because of the Shining Protector, if I'm not mistaken, yes, because of the Shining Protector. And then it's your mastery, because of your Divine Bulwark mastery, really good. Increases the amount of damage reduction that you get from your active mitigation. Then it's haste, but you don't really need to focus a lot on haste because of your passive Sacred Duty that gains 30% more ace stat from all sources, which is really nice. This is good as well because of a passive that you get that reduces the cooldown of your abilities by depending on the haste that you have. Then its versatility gives you a flat damage reduction. It's nice, it's really good. And critical strike, you don't really need crits. Then armor, then your base armor that you get from your equipment, and then from last is stamina. You don't really need a lot of stamina as a prot paladin, because it's not really that important. Well guys, this is all you need to know to be a better prot pally. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be making more of these soon. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you found this video helpful. Until next time guys,